Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and we are finally at the end of this series, making a journal together. This beautiful Spirit of Flowers journal featuring this beautiful kit from the Spirit of Flowers antique French book. We're making our own version of it. And so we have done the cover, we have done the pages, we are now up to the binding. So grab your cover. You want to center your pages like this and then place it inside of that spine. And then I like to just have a little bit of a gap at the top and the bottom. Grab your bobby pins or your bulldog clips or your paper clips. I like using the long bobby pins because it has a longer reach and they just slide on nice and easily. And it just holds the pages in place. If you're a beginner, something that I might recommend is if you have another set of bobby pins, slide them up the top as well. Okay, so slide one here and one here as well. It's just going to give it a lot more sturdiness, holding that in place. So you're going to grab your awl, you're going to come into the middle. Now when I do this, everyone has their own ways of doing this. I like to fold the journal so that I can just place the awl in the center, holding it everything nice and tight, and there we go. Now holding it tight so the pages don't move. Grab your needle. I've got a tapestry needle and thread. I went through all of this in the materials video, so hopefully you've already got all of these ready. Okay, so I'm placing my needle here at that point, the thickest edge, so it's catching. Now while it's being held there, all the pages are right where I want them to be. I am going to poke another hole down the bottom. So just here, again, I'm going to close it and hold everything tight, poke a hole down the bottom. I'm going to get the needle, come back through here, and then we're going to open it up, but not too far. We want to hold the pages together. Going to pull this through. Now I used a very short bit of thread because it's the end of it and I just want to use it, but just pull however long this is to the side, hold it. Well, I have to hold it because it might pull all the way through, but then you just want to hold it. Yeah, you want to hold it anyway, actually. All right, let me try and explain this. So this is really important. You want to hold this and pull it that way so that you can clearly see the hole, and then you want to poke your needle through the hole, missing this thread. You don't want to go through that thread, you just want to go straight through that hole. Now hold it again. You want to come up through here, poke it here. So again, I'm going to close my book, my journal, and come up through here, poke a hole there, keeping it nice and close because nothing has a chance to move. Come through here, back in through that hole. So you're just kind of being mindful and conscious of keeping the pages as held closely together as possible so they don't wiggle, so they don't move, so your holes don't get out of alignment. So I'm always constantly, every time I'm picking it up, holding the pages in place. Even though these are going to help, there's still a bit of movement. So I'm going to pull this through. Next tip, you're going to come under this thread. Go under this thread here, pull it through. Now pull this one this side, this one this side, so that will catch. Now you want to wiggle, wiggle, wiggle so that that knot is right where the hole is. So you might have to just jiggle it a little bit to do that. Now I like to push it in here, and then come through here and just check the tension that the thread is all the way through. I like to hear this snap. If you can hear this, that tells me it's the right tightness, not too loose. If it's too loose, you don't hear a snap. If it's too tight, you can't get a fingernail in there. So I want to hear a snap. Now I want that knot right where that is. So I'm just going to come up here, cut off this thread, or cut the needle off, and then keeping it nice and tight, you're going to tie a double knot like so. Sometimes I do a triple knot, but a double is going to be fine for this journal. If I did my hole too big, you might need to do a bigger knot. But once you get the hang of it, you just kind of know how far to push your awl through. It just becomes second habit. It just becomes second nature, that you just naturally know how far to push it through. At the beginning, when I first tried binding, I didn't push it in far enough, and I always had to get the awl again and push it in again and to push it further. Sometimes I'd accidentally push it too far, and then the hole becomes like really big. If that happens, don't worry, there's always ways to work around these things. You can get a bit of tape and tape over the hole, for example. But yeah, just poke it through. And I know this part can be the most intimidating part of this whole process, but just give it a go, practice. One thing I can suggest is, like, if you don't want to do it on a proper finished journal yet, just practice on some loose pieces of paper. Just fold a bunch of papers over and turn it into, like, get 10 pieces of paper, fold them together, or 5 pieces of paper, and practice on just like random scraps, just to get the technique down, if you want to do that. And that will give you, you know, it will tell you how far to poke your awl in, and it'll just give you the practice of the motions and everything. So eventually, yes, we all had a world of pain when we began. We caught the thread, or the hole was too big or too small, or this was too loose or too tight. We've all been there. But when you bind journal after journal after journal, eventually it does just become second nature, and you can do it without thinking. So now I just want to trim these pages a little bit more because they're sticking out. Now, some people don't mind this. You don't mind overhang. I really don't like overhang for whatever reason. I just think it looks a bit messy, and I like neat journals. I'm not really a grungy journal type person, so I am just going to trim off these edges a little bit. So see that? To me, that just looks cleaner. But again, you don't have to do this. This is just what suits my eye. You might not like doing this. You might love it hanging over the edge and seeing that. But I like having them inside like this. So let's have a look. Ta-da! Here we go. Here we go. Yes. I'll do it like a proper, slower flip through to document this journal on my channel later on. But just to give you a look at what our journal now looks like, I love it. It's just, you know, a simple journal, but just so beautiful. My type of journal, got my favorite types of pages, illustrated color, florals, with a mixture of coffee dyed papers and vintage ledgers. This is my type of journal. So simple, but because every page is beautiful, I absolutely love it. Like, look at these images. So I hope you enjoyed making this journal with me. I am going to go ahead and make another journal featuring the rest of the kit for my beautiful patrons. For those who don't know, every month on my Patreon, I do sort of one of these video series where I make a journal from start to finish. And we do all different types of journals, different themes, different styles. So there's variety. But yeah, just wanted to show this one on my channel as well, to show how to use the kit, or how I like to use the kit, and to share this method that I'm not sure if I've shared it on my channel before, where you make the cover to whatever size you want using a manila folder. So that's kind of my little rule I have for myself. Before anything goes up on my Patreon, I will have shared something similar or the same on my channel first, so that no one misses out at all, and you can always follow along whether you're a patron or not. So yeah, if you would like to check out the patron journal with the rest of the kit though, check out the link down below in the description box if you would like the kit. It is available in my Etsy. Again, just check the description box below for the link. And so excited that you can now journal in your own little journal. If you made it yourself, feel free to share some photos of it with me, and let me know how you're going to use it, or if you're going to gift it. But yeah, if you're going to use it yourself, how will you use it? I think it's so adorable. Oh my gosh, I just want to make like 10 of them. Oh my goodness, I'll make a whole collection of them. Yay! Maybe I will do that, just make 10 of them. All right, thank you so much for watching and for making a journal with me, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye guys! A big special thank you to my beautiful patrons supporting me in the month of August. I could not do this without you. I just thank you so much for believing in me, and I hope you love being a patron. If you would like to become one, you can find the link below down in the description box to my Patreon, and that is where you get access to all my extra videos, including the making journal series videos. Plus, if you're a Ruby patron or higher, you get access to every single one of my digital kits, which are available to be downloaded on my Patreon. And then going up the tiers, there are different perks, including mail sent to you. So have fun. Feel free to check all of that out.